Welcome to Total Knowledge Zone. To see similar videos, subscribe to Total Knowledge Zone YouTube channel and also press the bell icon so that you keep getting all the notifications of the videos. Today in this video, I will solve all the questions of Himachal Pradesh Judicial Service Preliminary Exam Papers 2018.
आज हम सॉल्व करने जा रहे हैं क्वेश्चन पेपर 2018 पेपर 2 सिविल लॉ 2 क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 इन विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग जजमेंट्स ऑफ हाई कोर्ट ऑफ दिल्ली इट वाज हेard that a female co-partner can be कर्ता of a Hindu undivided family. A. Ganguly versus H.K. Chinnappa. B. Sujata Sharma versus Manu Gupta. C. Commissioner of Income Tax versus Seth Govind Ram. D. Raghunath Rai Mareja and another versus Punjab National Bank. Correct answer D. Sujata Sharma versus Manu Gupta. Question number 2. A Hindu male X dies intestate, leaving behind his mother's father, mother's mother, mother's brother, and mother's sister. Who out of the following succeed X? A. Mother's father and mother's mother. B. Mother's brother and mother's sister. C. Mother's father and mother's sister. D. Mother's mother and mother's brother. Correct answer A. Mother's father and mother's mother. Question 3. Bars to matrimonial relief are given in which provision of the Hindu Marriage Act 1955? A. Section 23. B. Section 24. C. Section 25. D. Section 26. Correct answer A. Section 23. Question 4. Interim relief of litigation expenses and maintenance can be ordered to be paid to a Hindu wife under which of the following legislations? A. The Hindu Adoption and Maintenance Act 1956. B. The Hindu Marriage Act 1955. C. Both A and B. D. Neither A nor B. Correct answer B. The Hindu Marriage Act 1955. Question 5. In which of the following cases the question of constitutional validity of Section 9 of the Hindu Marriage Act 1955 was finally settled by the Supreme Court? A. T. Saritha versus Vankatta Subaiya. B. Havinder Kaur versus Harminder Singh. C. Saroj Rani versus Sudarshan Kumar. D. Bipin Chandra versus Prabhavati. Correct answer C. Saroj Rani versus Sudarshan Kumar. Question 6. In which recent judgment the Supreme Court held that in a case under Section 13B, Clause 2 of the Hindu Marriage Act 1955, cooling off period may be waived off not only by the Supreme Court under Article 142 of the Constitution but by any court if conditions specified are satisfied. A. Om Prakash versus Nalini. B. Priyanka Singh versus Jayant Singh. C. Kailash versus Nanku. D. Amardeep Singh versus Harvinder Kaur. Correct answer D. Amardeep Singh versus Harvinder Kaur. Question 7. Out of the following situation, when will the limited estate of the widow not enlarge into an absolute right under Section 14 Clause A of the Hindu Succession Act 1956? A. A widow was allowed to reside in a property during her lifetime before the act came into force. B. A widow alienates the property, but the alienation is held to be invalid and the property is reconveyed to her before the act came into force. C. A widow in possession of lands belonging to the deceased husband was illegally disposed by the husband's collateral prior to the act come into force. D. A widow was in possession of her husband's property as is there prior to the act came into force. Correct answer A. A widow was allowed to reside in a property during her lifetime before the act came into force. Question 8. The following pertains to the Hindu Minority and Guardianship Act 1956. Match the statement in list 1 with the section in list 2 and select the correct answer using the codes below the list. List 1, list 2. A. Stepfather and stepmother cannot be the natural guardian of a Hindu minor. 1. Section 12. B. Guardian not to be appointed for minors undivided interest in joint family property. 2. Section 13. C. Welfare of minor to be of per amount consideration. 3. Section 10. D. A minor is not competent to act as guardian of property. 4. Section 6. Codes A, B, C and D. A. 1, 2, 3, 4. B. 4, 1, 2, 3. C. 1, 4, 2, 3. D. 3, 4, 1, 2. Correct answer B. 4, 1, 2, 3. Question 9. A Hindu male has C as his legally wedded wife. Marriage. B. A Hindu B conceives a child by A during the continuance of the marriage. Later, the marriage between A and B is declared by the court to be null and void. Later, B gives birth to a son S. A has no other living son. A adopt a son D. Why is adoption of D not valid? A. S is a legitimate son of A under Section 16 of the Hindu Marriage Act 1955. B. S is a legitimate son of A under Section 11 Clause 1 of the Hindu Adoption and Maintenance Act 1956. C. Because of the combined effect of Section 16 of the Hindu Marriage Act and Section 11 of the Hindu Adoption and Maintenance Act. D. Because A cannot adopt a son when he already has a son. Correct answer C. Because of the combined effect of Section 16 of the Hindu Marriage Act and Section 11 of the Hindu Adoption and Maintenance Act. Question 10. Dustin versus Dustin is a case relating to A. Adoption, B. Divorce, C. Marriage, D. Maintenance. Correct answer B. Divorce. Question 11. Which of the following statement is false with respect to a minor entering into a contract? A. An agreement with or by a minor is void ab initio. B. A minor can be beneficiary of a contract. C. The contract involving a minor as a beneficiary may be enforced at the option of the third party. D. A minor cannot ratify a contract on attaining majority. Correct answer D. A minor cannot ratify a contract on attaining majority. Question 12. A sees an article marked price rupees 200 only. In B's shop, he offers B rupees 200 for the article. B refuses to sell, saying that the article is not for sale. Which of the following statement is correct? A. A cannot force B to sell the article and at rupees 200. B. A can force B to sell the article at rupees 200. C. A can claim damages. D. A can sue B in the court. Correct answer A. A cannot force B to sell the article at rupees 200. Question 13. Where two parties have made a contract, which one of them has broken the damages which the other party ought to receive in respect of such breach should be such as may fairly and reasonably be considered either arising naturally or reasonably be supposed to have been in contemplation of both the parties at the time of entering the contract. This statement was laid down in the case of A. Frost versus Knight. B. Hadley versus Baxendale. C. Dunlop Pneumatic Tire Limited versus New Garage and Motor Company Limited. D. General versus Barker. Correct answer B. Hadley versus Baxendale. Question 14. The case of Balfour versus Balfour deals with A. Breach of contract. B. Intention to create legal relationship. C. Standard form of contract. D. Frustration. Correct answer B. Intention to create legal relationship. Question 15. A contract cannot be frustrated. A. By change of circumstances. B. By initial impossibility. C. By subsequent impossibility. D. Due to negligence of either party. Correct answer D. Due to negligence of either party. Question 16. Which of the following is not covered under the law of contract? A. Bailment of goods. B. Sale of goods. C. Guarantee. D. Indemnity. Correct answer B. Sale of goods. Question 17. A contract without consideration in Nadam Pactum unless A. It is in writing and made out of natural love and affection. B. Present voluntarily services. B. Debt. C. Debt. D. None of the above. Correct answer A. It is in writing and made out of natural love and affection. Question 18. The Indian Contract Act came into force on A. 15 September 1872. B. 1st September 1872. C. 1st October 1872. D. 15 October 1872. Correct answer B. 1st September 1872. Question 19. Section 41 of the Indian Contract Act deals with A. Effect of accepting performance from third person. B. Person by whom promise is to be performed. C. Tender to perform a promise. D. Effect of refusal of party to perform promise wholly. Correct answer A. Effect of accepting performance from third person. Question 20. Where both the parties to an agreement are under a mistake as to a matter of fact essential to the agreement is void under which section of the Indian Contract Act? A. Section 23. B. Section 20. C. Section 24. D. Section 26. Correct answer B. Section 20. Question 21. Transfer of property deals with transfer of property. A. By operation of law. B. By act of parties. C. By court order. D. By government order. Correct answer B. By act of parties. Question 22. Doctrine of election is covered under A. Section 42 of the Transfer of Property Act 1882. B. Section 14 of the Transfer of Property Act 1882. C. Section 32 of the Transfer of Property Act 1882. D. Section 35 of the Transfer of Property Act 1882. Correct answer D. Section 35 of the Transfer of Property Act 1882. Question 23. The principle of feeding the grant by estoppel is given under which provision of the Transfer of Property Act 1882? A. Section 19. B. Section 13. C. Section 43. D. Section 52. Correct answer C. Section 43. Question 24. What is the maximum period of perpetuity? A. Life estates of one or more person and 16 years. B. Life estates of one or more person and 18 years. C. Life estates of one or more person and 21 years. D. None of the above. Correct answer B. Life estate of one or more person and 18 years. Question 25. Which of the following kinds of mortgage is not defined under Section 58 of the Transfer of Property Act? A. Mortgage by conditional sale. B. Usufructuary mortgage. C. Indian mortgage. D. English mortgage. Correct answer C. Indian mortgage. Question 26. Which of the following legislation defines license? A. The Transfer of Property Act 1882. B. The Indian Easement Act 1882. C. The Indian Contract Act 1872. D. None of above. Correct answer B. The Indian Easement Act 1882. Question 27. Within the meaning of Section 48 of the Transfer of Property Act 1882, the transfer cannot prejudice the rights of the transferee by any subsequent dealing with the property. This self-evident rule is expressed in A. Equitable maximum qua prior est temporaire prior est jury. B. Quid pro quo. C. Bona fide transfer. D. None of the above. Correct answer A. Equitable maxim qua prior estate temporaire estate jury. Question 28. The basic ingredient of the doctrine of lis pendis are A. The suit should be collusive. B. Property should have been transferred or otherwise dealt with. C. A litigation should be pending in a court of competent jurisdiction. D. The suit must not be related to a specific immovable property. Correct answer C. A litigation should be pending in a court of competent jurisdiction. Question 29. A donee who has taken all the properties of the donor and is also liable to discharge all the liabilities of the donor is known as A. An onerous donee. B. A gratuitous donee. C. A universal donee. D. None of these. Correct answer C. A universal donee. Question 30. With regard to the provision of the Transfer of Property Act, match list 1 with list 2 and select the correct answer by using the codes given below the lists. List 1, list 2. A. Space successions 1. Section 6C. B. Right of re-entry 2. Section 6A. C. Dominion heritage 3. Section 6C. D. Right to sue 4. Section 6B. Codes A B C D. A 2413. B 1234. C 3214. D 4321. Correct answer A 2413. Question 31. Match list 1 with list 2 and select the correct answer by using the codes given below the lists. This relates to the Limitation Act 1963. List 1, list 2. A. Suit in forma pauperis 1. Section 13. B. Proceeding stayed by an injunction 2. Section 14. D. Defect in jurisdiction 3. Section 15. D. Effect of fraud on limitation 4. Section 17. Codes A B C D. A 1 2 3 4. B. 1324. C. 2314. D. 3412. Correct answer B. 1324. Question 32. What is the limitation period in a suit by a landlord to recover possession from a tenant after the date of tenancy is determined? A. 1 year. B. 2 years. C. 6 years. D. 12 years. Correct answer D. 12 years. Question 33. The limitation period in a suit by a surety against co-surety when the surety has paid anything in excess of his own share. A. 2 years. B. 3 years. C. 6 years. D. 12 years. Correct answer B. 3 years. Question 34. Delay in filing a suit A. Cannot be condoned. B. Can be condoned under Section 3 of the Limitation Act 1963. C. Can be condoned under Section 3. Read with Order 7 Rule 6 Civil Procedure Code. D. Can be condoned under Section 5 of the Limitation Act 1963. Correct answer D. Can be condoned under Section 5 of the Limitation Act 1963. Question 35. Time requisites under Section 12, Clause 2 of the Limitation Act 1963 means A. Minimum time. B. Maximum time. C. Actual time taken. D. Absolutely necessary time. Correct answer C. Actual time taken. Question 36. A fraud contemplated by Section 17 of the Limitation Act is that of A. By the defendant. B. By the plaintiff. C. By a third person. D. None of these. Correct answer A. By the defendant. Question 37. Under Section 25 of the Limitation Act, easement right over the property are acquired by continuous and uninterrupted user for A. 12 years, B. 20 years, C. 30 years, D. 3 years. Correct answer B. 20 years. Question 38. The general rule is that the law of limitation only bars the remedy but does not extinguish the right itself. The exception to this rule is contained in A. Section 31 of the Limitation Act 1963. B. Section 27 of the Limitation Act 1963. C. Section 26 of the Limitation Act 1963. D. Section 25 of the Limitation Act 1963. Correct answer B. Section 27 of the Limitation Act 1963. Question 39. In computing the period of limitation for filing an appeal, A. The day on which judgment is pronounced shall be excluded. B. The day on which judgment is pronounced shall be included. C. The date on which judgment is pronounced and the time requisite for obtaining copy of the decree shall be excluded. D. The time taken for preparing a copy of the decree be included. Correct answer C. The day on which judgment is pronounced and the time requisite for obtaining copy of the decree shall be excluded. Question 40. Under Section 19 of the Limitation Act 1963, the part payment of debt extends the period of limitation. A. From the date of expiry of initial period of limitation. B. From the date of extended period of limitation. C. From the date of acknowledges of debt. D. From the date of part payment. Correct answer D. From the date of part payment. Question 41. Under the Himachal Pradesh Urban Rent Control Act 1987, the fair rent of a building or rented land is determined by the controller. A. Taking into consideration the rent prevailing in the locality for similar building or rented land. B. Taking into consideration the rent agreed between the landlord and the tenant. C. Taking into consideration the compromise arrived at between the parties. D. Taking into consideration the rent fixed by the controller for a similar building or rented land in the locality. Correct answer D. Taking into consideration the rent fixed by the controller for a similar building or rented land in the locality. Question 42. Provision for determination of fair rent under the HPURC Act 1987 is given under A. Section 4, B. Section 6, C. Section 7, D. Section 5. Correct answer A. Section 4. Question 43. Order of succession in the event of death of the person continuing in possession after the termination of his tenancy under the HPURC Act 1987 is as follows. A. Parents, son or daughter, surviving spouse, daughter-in-law. B. Surviving spouse, daughter-in-law, parents, son or daughter. C. Surviving spouse, son or daughter, parents, daughter-in-law. D. Surviving spouse, son or daughter, daughter-in-law, parents. Correct answer C. Surviving spouse, son or daughter, parents, daughter-in-law. Question 44. When fair rent is fixed for a building, no further increase in fair rent is permissible under the SPURC Act 1987 except in case of A. Additions, B. Repairs, C. Alterations, D. Improvements. Correct answer B. Repairs. Question 45. Under Section 9 of the HPURC Act 1987, rent which should not have been paid may be recovered. A. Within a period of 1 year from the date of payment. B. Within a period of 2 years from the date of payment. C. Within a period of 10 years from the date of payment. D. Within a period of 3 years from the date of payment. Correct answer A. Within a period of 1 year from the date of payment. Question 46. Match list 1 with list 2 and select the correct answer by using the codes given below the lists. The Himachal Pradesh Urban Rent Control Act 1987. List 1, list 2. A. Cutting off or withholding essential supply or service 1. Section 12. B. Conversion of a residential building into a non-residential building 2. Section 11. C. Landlord duty to keep the building or rented land in good repairs 3. Section 17. D. Recovery of possession in case of tenancies for limitation period 4. Section 13. Codes A, B, C, D. A. 1, 2, 3, 4. B. 4, 3, 2, 1. C. 2, 1, 4, 3. D. 3, 4, 1, 2. Correct answer C. 2143. Question 47. Right to recover immediate possession of tenanted premises under the SPURC Act 1987 does not accrue to which of the following? A. A person in occupation of any residential premises allotted by the central government, state government, or any local authority. B. A specified landlord on his retirement. C. Widower of the specified landlord on his death. D. A specified landlord retiring from the armed force. Correct answer D. A specified landlord retiring from the armed forces. Question 48. Which section under the SPURC Act 1987 provides for leases of vacant buildings? A. Section 18. B. Section 19. C. Section 20. D. Section 22. Correct answer B. Section 19. Question 49. Leave to contest the application for eviction on the ground of bona fide requirement is provided under which section of the SPURC Act 1987? A. Section 16.4. B. Section 16.5. C. Section 16.2. D. Section 16.6. Correct answer B. Section 16.5. Question 50. Under Section 15.3 of the SPURC Act 1987, if the landlord commits any default in making any refund of advance rent or any other payment within a period of 90 days from the date of recovery of possession, he is liable to pay simple interest at the rate of A. 9% per annum, B. 6% per annum, C. 11% per annum, D. 3% per annum. Correct answer A. 9% per annum.